Yes, my people, welcome back to another upload on the Football Bias. Thank you so
Right.
much if you're watching. Back again with another video. I'm with the boy Thizo. I'm Thebe, and let's just get right into it, man.
Yes,
First
sir.
of all, bro, there's been of like some chatter online from the Liverpool fans. Like Liverpool fans are angry. You know what I mean? Like when we told them to take it serious, that there are challenges, they told us, no, no, we just doing our thing. You understand? And then now, when we start to say something somewhat negative, it's like, why don't you respect us? Why don't you say we are good, we are great, whatever the case might be? What do you stand between the two? Do you think they have merit in their argument?
No, not at all. I think initially when it started, right, firstly, no one expected
Mm,
Liverpool to be in the position that they're in. We can even go as far as saying no one expected them to challenge, you know. I think of the big three that we have in the league currently being Arsenal, City, and Liverpool,
mhm.
Liverpool are considered to be third. But now we're in a context where they're 8 points clear at the top, you know, with the possibility of maybe going 11 clear of City because they play City. And it's just like, given that context,
Top
right,
of the Champions
you
League too.
cannot. Yeah, exactly. Top of Champions League too, arguably playing like the best team in Europe, you know?
Mhm.
You can't be in that situation and not say that you are the favorite, you know? It's maybe an uncomfortable thing to say because you didn't expect it. Kind of like when Arsenal 2 seasons ago, where it's just like, wait, where did that come from? You know? But that's your reality. We can't want to keep you safe and avoid banter at the end of the season if you don't end up winning. Your reality is that you are 8 points clear,
Uh,
right? And playing great football. Now, there's a lot that goes into that. You've had, of the big three, you've had the least amount of injuries, you know,
mm,
in terms of the importance of the players that you're losing. We haven't seen you lose players that you can't, like, reasonably replace, right? When we look at Allison versus Kelleher, you look at Trent goes out, Connor Bradley comes in. These are able replacements, you know.
mhm.
So I look, there's nowhere to hide for Liverpool fans. You are favorites. Your team just has to see it through, and if they don't, best believe that you cowering now is not going to help you with anything. It's
It
not going to
won't.
save you from the banter. You're still going to
Yeah.
get bantered. You bottled it. If you don't win it, you bottled it. So I'd rather say it with my chest now, you know? Enjoy the moment now. Because look, at the end of the season, it's not going to change nothing, bro. Just enjoy
Yeah.
it. Look, they're playing good football. They're in a good position. Enjoy it, man. Ride the wave. When people say your
Mm.
favorites, accept it. Don't cower. Don't hide away from that. Don't shy away from that.
Yeah. I think we're so much in the banter era, bro. And a part of me like loves it when you're dishing it as well. But I also
Yeah.
just feel like at some point it's like, guys, is everything banter now? Like we can't have conversations anymore. Like, bro, like just as a sidebar, like I was watching the Manchester United Europa League game, right?
Yeah.
So at halftime, I just sent out a tweet, bro. 5 words. I just said, how's about that Amarin ball? That's all I said, bro. No laughing emoji, no nothing, bro. Bro. And then my boys start tweeting, they're like, ah, you don't watch football. Ah, you a swine. I'm like, yo, guys.
Everyone's on edge, bro.
Bro,
Everyone's
I'm
on
like,
edge.
guys, why don't you engage? This is a question. Why don't you engage and say, no, yes, this is good football, it's better than the other one. No, guys just automatically think I'm bantering and whatever the case might be. You know what I mean? So of course, maybe there was a tinge of trolling because they're losing. You're Manchester
Of
United, you're my
course.
rival. I'm gonna take joy in
Yeah.
you losing. But the premise of that tweet was just like, how's about that football? Because you guys are playing good football, but you're down 2-1 at halftime. You know what I mean? So
Yep.
let's engage. Let's have a conversation. Now everybody's just so defensive. It's just like, how could you? You want to say this? You want to, I'm like, bro, it's just mad.
I think it's because it's the impact of the internet, you know,
Yeah.
the fact that now we're sometimes people aren't even watching the games and they're commenting based on results,
Mm,
based on like that kind of context. And we have so much access to each other now. Before it would be you and your boys can get on a call and chop about it. Or when you meet up,
yeah.
you can banter each other then. Now it's just like in real time, in the moment, I'm gonna send out
Mm.
a tweet and just be like, yo, how's about that Amarim ball? You know?
You know what I mean?
And even you're starting a conversation, but there's an undertone of like trolling there. And as a
Of
United
course.
fan who's had to like suffer through what they've suffered through in recent
Yes.
times, like you're ready to just be like, yo, what the hell? They give us a break. It's only half time. It's much like when we go through like a
Okay.
tricky period as
All right,
Arsenal
let me
fans.
ask you. Let me ask you then. Okay, like I said, we're in the banter era. But what I'm saying is, this was a question posed. I'd understand if I put up like tons of laughing emojis, and I'm like, you know what I mean? Like I send up following tweets, like I'm bashing, like I'm watching the game in real time, and I'm
Yeah.
tweeting out something, right? Why is it that the first immediate response is just to be like, you wanna? It's just like, bro. I'm like, and I'm just like, guys, calm down, bro. Like chill.
Because you're going through the most, Tadieche. You grew up with your team winning everything. You grew up like on a perch, bro, looking down at everyone else, bantering them and how they're suffering. Now
Yeah.
you're on the other end of that. That's not a nice place to be. So you on edge. You can even see it like when you engage with United fans or when you see them tweeting
Mm.
like honestly their actual thoughts, they're just always nervous. They're uneasy going into any game, every game, and it's just like there's nothing in recent times to counteract that. You know, there's literally nothing. Always you're
Yeah.
always on edge because it's just like if these niggas gonna embarrass me. These niggas are
Yeah.
straight up gonna embarrass me.
It's mad, bro. But anyway,
It's a difficult place to be, man.
if we go back to the Liverpool chat that we're making, like for me, I just feel like, bro, like you said, they just need to wear it on their sleeves, bro. And then whatever happens on the season, at the end of the season, they don't have control over. But like,
Yeah,
yo, and also I think what sparked the initial thingy online was, I don't know if you saw, but I think on DR Sports or something, Robbie
yeah,
said like um whenever Liverpool essentially have played a big team, so and so, they've played them at the right time, right?
yeah.
So he's just like, yo, I'm giving you your props. You beat Real Madrid. Let's be honest though. Look at that Real Madrid starting 11. They don't have Vinicius. They've got like you can see Mbappe is not at the level.
Look
They
at
don't
the
have
back
Rodrigo.
line.
Look at the back line. Like, bro, you guys beat Real Madrid. Like, if I beat Real Madrid, I'd be just as happy as you are. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
he's just coming out so fair. Like he's a rival fan. So it's going to be, taken out of context. Because even though people now also just clip up that part of the video and then release it out. So
mm,
it just looks like, what is he talking about? But I was watching what he said in real time. And what he just meant to say was like, yo, you guys played Real Madrid, you beat Real Madrid, fair play, great game, right? And then Liverpool fans can also say, yo, we have injuries as well. Yeah, but do you to the level that they have, the circumstances they have, like leading up to
mm,
the game, you guys are just better. So for and then you go into when they played Arsenal. Look at the back four that they played, right? No excuses, right?
yeah.
Then you go into the other what other big games have they had? I can't think of it. There's another one that they played. But anyway,
No,
now,
I think
yes, now they're
Chelsea,
gonna
but
have tomorrow, they're gonna play Man City. And think about it. When would be the best time to play Manchester City than when their
right
coach is
now,
literally scratching his head trying to find answers? Six games without a win. Like, come
mm,
on, guys. So he's just trying to say, like, yo, Liverpool, props to you. You gotta be what's in front of you. If you give it a bit of context, I'm not surprised to see you guys doing well in these games. So when people
yeah,
trying to say something, so it sounds kind of negative, and then now you get people trying to always be like, "Why are people always coming for us? Oh, woe is me." I just hate that
yeah.
whole narrative about it, bro. Like, let's chat, let's chop ball, not these emotion chats, bro. That's what I don't like.
Yeah, but I think there'll always be when it comes to like sports, though, it's the reason why we love
Yeah,
it. There's always
true, true.
an emotional aspect to it, you know? Like you can't be it's not like numbers, it's not
Mm,
cold, it's not calculating, it's just it it can look like it's gonna go one way and then next thing go the other way. I
Mm.
think in the context of injuries, for me, it's you're not losing like a Salah, who you won't be able to replace that. You're not losing a Van Dijk. Every loss we've seen you suffer are players that you're able to replace off your bench, you know? I think now with the Konate injury, that's going to be
Ooh.
an interesting one because the drop off between Konate and whether you go Kwanzaa or you go Joe
I think they'd
Gomez,
have better luck with Gomez, bro.
that's
Gomez
but
is
it's
good.
still a massive drop off.
Yeah,
You
true.
lose so much because we've seen Virgil van Dijk struggled last season because he didn't have a able partner there.
Mm.
We've seen his game return to the level this season because Konate does so much. He's so mobile. He protects his side. You know,
Yes.
it's
He
just like
allows
Virgil. You
for
focus
Trent and Connor Bradley to go because he's got enough strength and pace to cover that. And then Van Dijk can
exactly,
just be like, yes, I'm here.
exactly.
Mm.
Now you lose that, and it's just like as much as Joe Gomez is a good defender,
Mm.
he's not going to give you that. So in the back of Van Dijk's head, it's just like, oh, I have to take a step back,
Mm.
I can't be as brash. And that could be coming at the worst possible time because you're dealing with a wounded City team.
Mm.
The coach's ego's wounded, their squad's ego's wounded. They have a
Mm.
point to prove, you know? So I wouldn't want to go into that game for Liverpool knowing that I'm in a point of comfort. But we've seen like points leads disappear like that. Soccer is a very momentum driven game.
True.
And I think it'll just be interesting to see what happens with Liverpool now because finally you have an injury where you don't have an able replacement. So are you going to win and then squash that conversation of, yeah, we've got injuries too,
Mm.
Because if you can still win and you can maintain this run without Konate, who you aren't able to ably replace, then fair. Then we should all just say,
Hmm.
look, injuries are part of the game and you should just
You
get on
guys
with
are
it and we
just,
can't
yeah.
use. Yeah.
So,
But if you
bro,
can't,
yeah, it's gonna be a good one, bro. I just wanna, yeah. So if we're gonna wrap this up, real quick, what's your prediction for Man City, bro? Man City, Liverpool. First of all, okay, we know City. Who? Let's say the game ends 1-1. Who's the happier? Obviously,
Liverpool.
Liverpool, right?
Liverpool.
So, do Liverpool go for broke here? Or do you think, they just, if it's because now Honest Slot has come with this control thing. So I think
Hmm.
they obviously not go into the game wanting to get a draw, right? They'd
Yeah.
obviously go for
Yeah.
for the win. But there'll obviously be something in the back of their minds, be like, yo, guys, if we don't win this game, so the aim is not to lose, essentially. So
Hmm.
do you subscribe to that kind of thinking, or do you just think that Liverpool
No,
must win?
they must win because we've
Mm.
seen Liverpool in a greater vein of form
Hmm.
blow leads, like points leads,
Yeah.
similar, if not greater than what they have currently. Um, and remember, with the context of you couldn't have really had it any better. You got a great run of fixtures to start
Mm.
the season. You haven't really had significant injuries to deter your season. It's just like you know that you need to build up as much of a buffer to
Mm.
the point where it seems insurmountable to everyone else. The last
Hmm.
time we saw Liverpool win the league, it was insurmountable.
True.
Yes, it was a COVID year, but it was just like
They'd won
there's
it by
no
February,
point.
bro.
Yeah, there's no point.
Yeah.
This is it's. And I think that if you're gonna win the league, especially when there's teams that are breathing down your neck of the ilk of like City and Arsenal, you want to make sure that even in their minds, they're just like, what's the point?
Mm.
If you're gonna give them a sniff, and like, look, the swing from 8 to 5, we saw that last season,
True.
with Liverpool. When we played them, we were in a similar position where this swing could
Yes.
go all the way to 8 points, or it could come down to 2 points. You
Yes.
know, depending on what happens. And unfortunately, that didn't go in their favor. We ended up finishing, what was it, 9 points
Seven,
ahead of them, 7 points
points.
ahead of.
Yeah.
That's that just shows you how big that swing can work. So I think Liverpool going into the game have to play to win, because it's just like, if you win, you're 11 points ahead of City. As great as City is,
Mm.
11 points is a lot. If you lose, you're only 5 points ahead of City. That's 2 games. You still have to play City again. You still have to play Arsenal again.
Yeah.
You know, like, you don't want to be in that position. So I think they have to go out there to win. And in the same vein, I think City as well realize that you can't keep stacking the chips against you by
True.
letting this team build up a lead. So both teams need to go out there and win. And I think that that's what's going to make it a really exciting game.
Give me a prediction.
2-2.
Bro, why you stealing my prediction, bro?
Genuinely, I genuinely
Same
see
here.
a really exciting 2-2.
Although I'm scared of a 2-2 result because I didn't captain Salah and I sold Haaland on my fancy football team. So, and my prediction is 2-2.
Who are your goal
Wild.
scorers? The goal scorers.
Wild. I think we'll see a Van Dijk header and
Okay.
a Salah penalty. And then what else? Who's scoring for Man City? I think Haaland will get one. And then the second one will be like a weird deflection type thingy. I don't know from who, but I just feel like there'll be something crazy that's gonna
Dodgy
happen there,
goal.
man. A dodgy goal, bro. Man City always get these dodgy goals, man. But otherwise,
Yeah.
bro, I think we're gonna wrap up this chat here. Everybody, please, if you like this, subscribe, uh, like the video, get involved, comment, share, all that fun stuff, and keep it locked on the football bias.